That is awesome. So great. We can't hear you.
Oh, that's okay. We're here for you.
Go.
Welcome, welcome. We're live, gentlemen.
Hey, DJ.
Washing Real Estate. How are you doing, Mr. James?
Good, good. How about yourself?
All right, great. And we got Darren D.
What's up, y'all? This is fun. This is so fun. You made this happen, DJ. You made this happen. This is amazing.
Great work.
Absolutely here for you, whatever you need. We already got people in the chat. So.
Oh, we do. Awesome.
Tim's here. He says, here we go.
I want everybody to know that everything that they see in the background and all that stuff is DJ did all that. She worked that out. She put this whole thing together for us. We really needed a bunch of help. I've been trying to do everything by myself, and I just feel like I really was rescued today by DJ. Not only that, but I feel like she threw the football further down the field and made us run for it. And so we're all over here just moving forward in our and what that means is we're going after things that are important to us, chasing our dreams. It's not just about business. This is fun, and it's things we want to do. This is what you want to do, so we're really glad you're here.
Absolutely. We are here to have fun, and I know you guys have a great topic to talk about today. So I'm just here to produce. I'm here to facilitate. I know we're still waiting on our expert guest, so hopefully when he shows up, we will bring him on in. So whenever he makes it, but hey, the show must go on, right?
Absolutely. So I'll tell everybody why we would even invite Dimitry Ortiz on today, and he's from Guatemala. Did I say that right, DJ?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So he reached out to me. I made a post that he's a native Mayan, and I'd never even thought, wow, there's native Mayans living these days, right? And he said, man, everybody says that. And so that's how we connected. And here we had an hour-long discussion and realized, like, oh, did you know automation is mostly for real estate? And I had no idea what that even meant. And he didn't even know that James and I were already working together and that we've been developing several shows around real estate and detailing cars and investing. But one of the things we always want to do is leave an impact, leave some tools, leave some good news for people, a laugh, whatever it is, anytime. And so that is washing real estate. A lot of people don't understand what that means. What we're trying to do is sort of elevate the industry outside of what it used to be, and what did the industry used to be?
The standard for the industry was that you'd have to facilitate loans the traditional way. And what we found is that in networking in it today and through LinkedIn, the way of generating business has changed and the way we can reach people. And the best way we've been able to promote that isn't necessarily pushing a product, but by elevating other people and other groups and companies. So this is that's the goal of this platform, isn't just to generate that awareness of what we're doing, but mostly to generate out there what others are doing and bring excitement, innovation, creativity that is largely void in the marketplace, we feel.
Absolutely. I mean, everybody that I tell what we're doing here about detailing cars, and then how would you get real estate investments? How would you get new clients? How would you get loans to lend money to? How do you get to builders that way? And the reason is anybody watching this understands that none of this in the internet world makes sense. We look at what we want to look at. It's the Kool-Aid man that's riding up the elevator. All of a sudden you're like, what is he doing there? And then he hands you a pamphlet, and all of a sudden you're going to read that pamphlet. And so we're not trying to go smoke and mirrors. We're trying to have fun. And James loves detailing cars, which is, I don't wash my car. I don't get it, but he loves detailing cars. And why?
Well, it's funny. I'm a 70s baby. I was born in 70. And at the end of the day, I just remember growing up. I've been in real estate 30 years. But I remember at the age of 7, 8 years old, wanting to clean cars, detail cars. And I remember getting that awareness of real estate agents and what they do. And their car was always there. It was their office. And so that was something that was always beautiful and shiny because that was their rolling office. And I see the correlation back to this. And, you know, the goal of the platform isn't to just help promote and elevate others with a clean car. It's to get them to understand the correlation of different ways of doing business, and understanding that you can actually have a marriage of two passions. You know, my love of real estate, my love of detailing cars can actually be a new career. I want to be doing this another 20, 25 plus years.
Absolutely.
So what a great way to do it, and to just arrive at a different platform and way of delivering the message.
Absolutely.
So.
That's great.
And a lot of people don't know, because I've changed a lot. I've been in a few different industries in my career, but my background is a majority of it has been in high-end construction, high stress, high volume. I've decided, for me personally, I need to shift out of that industry. But what do I do with all the crazy information I have in my brain about tar paper and shingles and why I would buy one window versus another? I spent a lifetime getting to be the best at what I did, and I really excelled in that field because I did my homework. And you do the same thing. You do your homework. I'm stepping out of the industry and I want to push all of my forward momentum with you, because what I see you doing is changing the industry as well. We see a lot of builders that are overdoing it with workload and life balance, and all of that's just chaotic. And that is an example of who I was a year and a half ago. Why is that important to you, to your builder, your clients and your builder?
Yeah, it's interesting because in my lifetime, and just in the 27 years I've been with Bismarck, current group I'm with now, I've gone through nearly 50,000 transactions and underwritten those transactions. And that daily grind and going through, how do you stay fresh and how do you stay relative to your audience? And what I found all too often is exactly what you're pointing to, is that they need time to understand what's happening in the capital markets, what's out there, what's the best way to capitalize a new project, how much can I do? So, one of my favorite sayings is, slow down to go fast. And that's what really builds this up, is that ultimately we can create an environment where hopefully they can slow down, look at something a little bit different, capture their attention, and hopefully they get something out of it for their business that they might have missed otherwise, because we just move too quick, or we just go to an internet search, or we go back to the one capital group we've been using because it's familiar, it's new, rather than diversifying.
Absolutely.
I've got guys that we've done tens of millions of dollars of business with. At the end of the day, I try to get them to understand why it makes sense to have more than one option. And so just like we all do, we all get into a rut. And if that's in the business for builders in particular, and that's for subcontractors and realtors and everybody. And I believe we can all learn from each other, even from competition.
Absolutely.
So.
That's great. Well, we have a question. I know Tim's asking, where are y'all located? Where are your services?
So we are Washington State, and what we've been doing right now for anybody outside the area, we actually host them on the show and line them up with a local detailer. So you still get the car wash benefit. So that's one thing, just a COVID-driven environment that we're in to be different and stay relative for people outside of that market.
And for people that are new, what do you mean? Why are we detailing people's cars?
Cleaning up people's cars and washing real estate. That's the platform, detailing cars and talking real estate. So we want to make sure, even if we host someone on the East Coast, for example, that they still get the benefit of what we're really trying to deliver as a different message.
Yeah.
You're still getting a clean car out of it. So
it's just sort of fun.
Right.
Give somebody a clean car. And we all know that it's very important for realtors to stay bougie, to stay crisp, to stay all flashy. They love that stuff. And I don't quite roll that way, as you know. I'm a little rough around the edges, but I think that's why we have a good balance,
It's a very good balance.
And as you're talking about that, I'm thinking about the things where I'm out of balance. And is Dimitry still not on yet today? We haven't made him. Okay, so one of the reasons we brought him in was because of automation. What is automation to you? Do you use automation?
I have one client that's looked at automation, and it's interesting because within that group, one of the employees said, "Oh, you mean cartoons?" That's where most people's heads go. The reality is, it's actually it is a crisp new way to deliver messages, and it's engaging. It's a lot different than having just video or a PowerPoint presentation.
So I wish Dimitry was here. He is a computer science guy and a real genius. And the thing, he automates anything. So he looks for guys like me and you that are industry leaders that have too much workload and not enough time. That's always the balance, time or the work, right? Or money, it's all the same. And what he looks to do is use his computer science background to check those boxes off, to eliminate maybe some of our replies, and we'll have him on soon. There'll be another discussion, because what he's doing is important. There's a lot of people operating, highly effective operators that operate in overwhelm for year after year after year until they get crushed. And Dimitry understands that, hey, if you use just a piece of this, it's not only going to help you get where you want to go, but it's going to feel better when you're there. There's nothing worse than having success, and when you get there, you have no friends and a broken body, right? And so he's saying, how can you do this in the correct way? And we had some great talks about native culture and how that works in business. And a native thought is the market is always going to be cyclical, and obviously they don't believe in not a market, but it's more about the nature of our earth and our planet, and it's up and it's down, and every day isn't Friday, every day isn't great. We're not going to make $1 million every week, and it's not all sunshine and roses.
Right.
And so what he was saying is, when it's hard, when it's tough, you need help, and we always hit that. And at some point, he has automation for the one thing. I don't even know what that is, but he says that the realtors, it was crazy. We talked an hour. At the very end of the conversation, he's like, "Oh my gosh, realtors? You work with realtors? Because they're the ones that need this the most." And I don't know why. They have so many little things they're doing. They're marketers, right? Mm-hmm. They're salespeople. They have to know what's going on with the dirt. They have to get real creative.
Incredible networkers.
Yeah. Every one of those tasks could be a job almost full time.
Absolutely.
And the best realtors, we just had John By with us a couple weeks ago, and the guy exudes confidence, positive energy. He's always trying to leave something good behind. Incredible amount of energy to do all of those things. And so how can some of that be automatic without it being phony, right? How can it be automated, or someone take something out of your life? Like, hey, DJ, what's something you would take right now if I said, we'll just take it off your plate, and life would you would have a feeling of just feeling better?
Yeah, absolutely. For me, there's lots of things, I guess, that I would answer easily, right? Whether it's emails, and that whole process. Yeah. Maybe like promoting, right? When you're working your promotional strategies, would be another automated system that would be nice to maybe have some processes in place. Mm-hmm. Sales, or, that outreach to your clients.
I would like to automate getting my car cleaned once a year. Yes. Instead of that would be fine.
I mean, that consistency counts, right? I mean, we have to be growing the business, maintaining the business, and then spending time to do things like this. Talk about how do we get more of both. And if we're not doing that, we're slowly deteriorating as a business. And we don't have to do it all. Like, great guys out there, John By understands that. He's got team members that do that, but that consistency still counts. And anything that you can do that's automatic, like the automation, would be spectacular. So we'll definitely get Dimitry on the show.
I think for me, I think my biggest stress when I think, like what you said, is the email aspect of it. I think the LinkedIn inbox is a nightmare. The better you get at LinkedIn, I've been on there maybe 10, 12 years, or maybe, I don't even know. All of my construction business money, most of it came from LinkedIn or those connections. So for those people out there that don't know how to use LinkedIn, just send us a direct message. We're not trying to look for clients, but we'll kind of walk you through and tell you how we did it. I'm starting to make some videos to talk to people about, hey, about connections only. A lot of people don't understand how important it is to keep what we say casting the net. Keep casting the net bigger and bigger. And you hear sort of the influencer talk on LinkedIn about select everybody, and we're really not looking for just anybody and everybody. We're looking to cast a net. But what that means is I can't pick where it's going to land. If you're in the ocean and you throw a net, imagine the one droplet of each weight hitting the water and you saying, that's where I want that one corner of my net to hit. And that's Kyle Stanigan in Oklahoma. How would you know that guy? He's 21 and you would never select his face because he's a kid. But that kid's dad, and it goes and goes and goes and goes and goes.
Yeah.
And so
definitely.
So the biggest thing I would love to do if I could automate for you and for other clients that we manage is simply every morning getting on LinkedIn and maxing out my invitations to people. I don't do that every day, but the times I do it well, we get about, 1,000 contacts a month, new connections a month.
It's incredible. I've had East Coast connections that have connected me to people right in not only Washington, but literally right down to my street. And it's the things that we don't think of. I don't do business in New York. We're not nationwide. We were at one point, but and that's the significance to me. I mean, that's the importance of paying attention to. You don't know what you don't know when you're connecting with people.
Absolutely.
And that's been one of my best contacts. So yeah.
This is kind of off topic, but now we're talking about connections. And I think a lot of people don't understand that. And I think since we're shifting gears and here we are over halfway and looks like our guest certainly isn't going to make it. And this is last minute. So let's talk really about what it means to be connected with your connections and what were you not getting when you weren't having those connections? When I first met you, you had how many?
I had around 200, and that, plus or minus. And now, I'm roughly, we're 90 days into it or so, and we're 26 or so, 2,600.
Yeah, you're getting 1,000 a month. They're just climbing.
Yeah, they're just climbing. And, I think that it's not necessarily, again, one of the best feedbacks I had from you was that it isn't necessarily who's at your front door saying I'd like to connect, it's who they know.
Mm-hmm.
And, such is life. I mean, when I go through a lot of people, one of my strongest clients I met through another vendor, a service provider who's become one of my biggest local clients, and that's the way the business works. And especially in construction, it's far reaching. So I think particularly in our industry, in the real estate industry, that's been a significant impact on the business. So. And just staying top of mind for people, understanding that we're still here, and most importantly, we're trying to stay on top of mind relative for you, bring value. Just beyond, there's nothing proprietary about loaning money or selling houses. What's your value add?
Right.
So that's the big part of it, and that's what I think was so great about the connections that we've had, and just the shows that I've watched. There's always something you pull out of it. Even if it isn't about your topics in specifics, it doesn't have to be about real estate for you to pull something from it.
Yeah. That's because the people you see that are out there, like DJ and the others who led me to this drinking fountain of fun, is that they understand that when you're done with the day, when I leave, you guys need to have something of my soul, a little corner of my heart. You got to get to know me somehow. And then also, what can you leave with that makes you feel a way, inspires you, challenges you, makes you laugh? And those people get it. Yeah. And then they're giving you that. And that's why you feel that way. And that's why when you watch DJ's show, and it's a new guest, I think your last guest, DJ Krista. What was her name? Oh, you're muted.
Yeah, my last guest, Krista Samimi.
That's right, Krista Samini. I met her. I did a Zoom with her today, actually. She's going to be mad I forgot her name, but hey, we're live and I'm on the spot. But that's just an example, DJ, of you had a guest. I probably would have connected with her as a connection, but I would have never had an hour-long talk with this woman in California because we don't have a lot in common. But you know what we did have in common? Bipolar, and we needed some help, and she had some solutions which weren't like medical and like things I was really interested in. And so that's where, I was inspired, and when I walked away, I left with something. She was on your show. She gave me tools on your show. She talked about sleep is important, which is important to all of us. She talked about, just regulating your lifestyle and how key that is. And my walk away was like, I have some things to work on, and then I'm going to talk to this person. And again, here I am inspired by the conversation I had this morning. That's how this thing is working. And the goofiness of washing cars and sort of bullshitting about real estate is what makes it work, because we aren't that interesting if you just sit us aside and we'll tell you everything about our business. That's super boring. But if you need help in your business, and then I start telling you, oh, I don't do that, I screwed this up, and let me tell you a dumb story. Now we're all in it together, right? We all are in it together, especially the people that are getting that and diving into the LinkedIn after last year. A lot of us are starving for connection, and this is giving us a way to sort of be chatty, get our message out and hear from others. And to me, I've been more inspired this year by people outside of my comfort zone than any others.
And I think that you just find like-minded people.
Yeah.
And then through that, we find the mutual connections and the business comes out of it. I mean, that's exactly what I've already experienced through this journey so far. And that's huge. When I go back to, let's say, 13, 14 years ago, some of the most successful campaigns we ran were never about our programs or how we run our construction lending ratios, loan to values, and all these industry terms. Actually just traveled around the country talking about how they could be more effective marketers to our audience. Mm-hmm. And spent the last 5 minutes, 10 minutes max of an hour-and-a-half show talking about our program. And that generated more business. And it's counterintuitive because we think we have to talk about, here's what we do, here's why we're so great. We actually bringing value from another direction. And I think that's what really pulled me into the Washington real estate platform, is that I saw that correlation, and it made it fresh. It's nice. It's on site, and it supports people like real estate agents as just one part of it, and subs and suppliers, and it's far reaching. But that's exactly, I think, why people have made it so easy to connect with the concept, because we've not had anyone say, no, you can't come and show up and wash our car and talk real estate, because they're going to talk real estate. Might as well get your car cleaned.
Right. And then we promote the crap out of them anyways.
And what's fun is
they get marketing for free.
We say, we'll take 10 minutes of your time talking. They'll sit there and talk the whole time that we're detailing their car, which is great.
Yeah.
And it just makes the connection deeper. And then I find that you actually get a more captive audience that way than if we just say, let's have a cup of coffee.
That's awesome.
So it's really good. Yeah.
DJ, we're planning like a nice little tour of the East Coast, which is going to be fun. And we're going to detail Raquel Boris's car, Jamal Marshall's car, Jaris, just all those guys. I can't remember who else. You're in Florida, so you might have to drive up for this one. And who's coming up to produce? Who's going to produce that was Alex Miner, and so we talked about having him do a whole video set and run it live stream and everybody, so we could have it on multiple shows all at the same time. And so that would be a lot of fun if we could get more people there too. I don't know if you've heard, there's COVID going on. It's slowing down a lot of our plans.
It's a little bit of a distraction. But yeah, just a little.
it's been a bit of a distraction.
Yeah.
So
that's good.
Real quick before we wrap up, the connection piece, I want to tell people what I do, just so you guys have a value.
100%.
So I took over James's account, and the reason why it didn't work for James is this is what he was doing. Okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go on and I'm going to look for new people. And what we do is we look at them and we go, oh, Andy's not in my industry. Oh, this woman's too young. This person, I don't know. This person's a stylist. Why would I talk to a stylist? That person sells cars. I don't want another salesperson in my industry. That person is a tattoo artist and does ear piercing. Why would I care? All of those things are the things like everyone is going through, or people that have bias that are trying to get outside of that. They see people and they're battling the color, the creed, the religion, where the location is. Are they in the Middle East? Are they in this area? Are they in Canada? Canadians are terrifying these days. And anyways, just kidding. You have to keep going with just accepting the people without judging.
Yeah.
And why it worked is I took the judgment from you and I go, you don't get to look at their pictures of their name anymore.
It just the industry side of it.
And I just started reaching out there.
Yeah.
And there was a huge response. And there are going to be people that we don't like, that come in that are, hi, I love Bitcoin. How are you today? Those things are going to come in. I had my first female who connected with me blindly and came on to me in like a really kind of gross way. I know more women have that, and women have to deal with that much more than men. And so we don't have that sort of plate, but that's a part of it. And for me, what I would tell anybody is to just shotgun blast and keep going and eliminate those people as fast as they peek their heads up and say something terrible online. Don't respond. It doesn't matter. You don't have to deal with all these people's comments. Just undo it.
Yeah.
Disconnect that person. But before you do, go down their list of all of their connections and connect to them all. And then you disconnect from that person. Now your net has reached their net. Now that person can be surgically cut out of your net. And now you have a tiny hole in your net. But you know what? My family's all fishermen and a salmon doesn't fit through that. But the minnows do. No problem. Let's keep going. And that's the trick. Keep going. Don't worry. Don't judge yourself. Don't judge others. And that's how this system works. It works because it seems like it doesn't. And the people that are willing to put themselves and turn the camera around and be honest about who they are and where they are, that's where it starts to take effect. Now then all those connections go, that person's real, and here we are, and now we're moving forward into a new business, a new life, all of those things.
I think I had 8 connection requests in one day. I showed you that list, and 7 were in our industry, in my industry, in real estate, and 1 was a director of an animal shelter. And it was like I was more excited about that person than the other 7, just based on what you've shown me and what you've learned over the years. It's again somewhat counterintuitive, but even the connections that we've made to date have been strong based on people that aren't specifically in real estate.
Absolutely.
And the best ideas have come from that. So, yeah.
And the biggest inspiration I've had this year has been kicked back from me out of Europe. Yeah. And I haven't been to Europe since I was a kid, and I don't know when I'm going back, but there's people now in Europe that care about me. That's crazy.
Yeah.
They actually care about me. They care about my son. He's part of it. He's learning. He's in this procrastination group we've been doing. And it's just been, it makes this work at home stuff, the creative business stuff that's so hard because it's out of your comfort zone. You connect with other people that are already doing it or better than you, and they want to be next to you. And it makes this journey not so damn gritty and hard.
Right.
And it's not supposed to be. It doesn't have to be painful. Okay. Right. So ding, DJ, that was 30 minutes. Wow, that was quick. Very quick. Let's say we always want to wrap up with what is your favorite song of the week? And DJ, I'm going to start with you and put you on the spot.
Oh, dang. All right, dear. Favorite song right now? I'm jamming to Avenged Sevenfold. Let's see. Oh God, what's the one? Oh God. Avenged Seven. Oh, what's that song? Give me 1 second.
That's all right. You can look at your phone. You can cheat.
I can cheat.
Yeah.
I can cheat. Let me
We're
see.
all friends here. No one's gonna yell.
We can't play it. We don't want to get a strike though. So.
Whoops.
Yeah, I'd have to just go back here and look. The Kingdom song. Ugh.
The Kingdom song?
Yeah. What's that? Oh man.
Oh.
Avenged Sevenfold. Let me see. Hail to the King. There we go. Sorry.
All right. Hail to the King by Avenged Sevenfold. James.
You know, I'm pretty old school. I mean, I tend to stick with some good John Lennon. Nobody Told Me, and it's great. Nobody told me there'd be days like these, and short version. Nobody told me. It's just some of those songs I can listen to again and again and again. That's just one of them. So
I love that.
Yeah.
This morning, James sent me. We send each other music a lot. I like music, if you can't tell, all the damn guitars and everything. And he sent me Redemption Song by Bob Marley. And at first I was like, oh, of course I vibe that song. I love that song. I grabbed my guitar and I started playing it while I was listening to it. But James showed me this little trick on the iPhone where you flick it up and you can see the lyrics as you go. And I love that song, and I've always enjoyed the lyrics, but man, he talks about letting yourself go from your inner slavery.
Yeah.
Nobody else can do that for you.
Anything Marley is just amazing, and that is a great song.
Dang, man.
That was a great song.
I love that.
That was on the list this morning. Yeah. So.
Oh, beautiful song. Well, DJ, that was fun. I think we got a lot out there. Is there anybody in the crowd that has any questions? We hit this pretty quick, and we went freestyle today. And this is our first live stream, so you know, we were just kind of throwing mud at the wall, and we were seeing what our problems are and what our highs and lows are coming out of that. And sometimes that's the only way in business to do things and in life. And that is really the biggest thing that I wanted everyone that is looking at me on the other side of the camera here today, and you, DJ, is that we cannot be afraid of failure. We're all afraid of it. We're all afraid of perfection and things not being right. Fuck it. Here we are. We did it, guys. We rolled the dice, and we are live today. DJ, you produced this. It looks amazing. We had a great conversation. I had a good time, and if nobody else wanted to listen to this, we're ready to go next time. We're inspired. And we know that we need a better webcam.
Right. Yeah. Camera and all. Right. We're just going to do it. Yeah. It's been great. I mean, this decision was made last night. So, hey, it's good.
At some point, you just do it.
Just go.
That's right.
Stop listening to the roommate in your head.
Right.
And do it.
Yeah.
All right.
Good.
Sounds
Thanks so much, DJ. Appreciate everything.
Yeah. Guys all set? We're
Yeah.
out?
Good.
All right. Say goodbyes.
Love you guys. That was great.
Bye.
Bye.